Well, they had the DNA. They just didn't know who it led back to until this summer. Thanks for joining us. I'm Shannon Heggie.
I'm Mike Montecalvo. Detectives with the Hopkinton Police Department and the Attorney General's Office Cold Case Unit announcing a major break today. A man has been arrested for an alleged 2005 sexual assault. Sheena Losciuto is live in Providence with the details on how they were able to break the case.
Well, the suspect, Robert Zerwin, was already in court this morning. He's being held without bail. This is a day detectives have been waiting for more than 20 years. He was 20 years old at the time of the alleged crime, which at this point was more than 20 years ago. Now 41-year-old Robert Zerwin is accused of raping a woman in 2005 in Hopkinton. The victim was 45, and the alleged incident happened on Main Street.
Her assailant pinched her nose, covered her mouth, and despite her fighting back, dragged her behind the Verizon building at that location.
The Attorney General's office says their cold case unit reached out to a third-party private lab that re-examines DNA. That ultimately led them down a path pointing them to Robert Zerwin. Soon they collected the evidence connecting the dots.
At a traffic stop in Pawtucket, investigators Naylor and McHale observed Robert Zerwin smoking a cigarette, which he then discarded out the window and onto the street. Investigator McHale recovered the cigarette, still smoldering in the roadway.
The state says the DNA matched samples collected in 2005. While the Attorney General wouldn't shed more light on the techniques used, specifically the private lab, he offered this perspective.
I would say that it should give victims hope. We have round numbers, a dozen of these cases that are well underway. I think we'll see the fruits of that labor in the near term, hopefully a few more before I leave office.
Now, police say Zerwin is also being linked to another sexual assault case out of Connecticut. They say DNA also linked him to that one, allegedly as well. And they say that the case in Connecticut only happened a few weeks after the case they're investigating in Hopkinton. We're live in Providence tonight. I'm Sheena Losciuto, 12 News.